Hello, Keller Williams. As you get ready to set your CGI goals, what I'd like to do is share with you an exercise that I went through that really changed my life. I'd like for you to get comfortable. I'd like you to just, hey, turn your phone off. Yes, turn your phone off. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just, hey, maybe bring the lights down, get comfortable, maybe turn the temperature up or down, but just get really comfortable and get in a place where you can be uninterrupted. So you really have some thought time just with you. This is called an exercise, goal setting to the now. And what happens, before I was ever thought about being CEO of Keller Williams, I was introduced to this exercise. And what happens, without this exercise, I don't believe I would have ended up here at Keller Williams International. I knew I had big goals, and I knew that they were out there, but I didn't have the pathway to how I was going to hit those goals. I needed the bridge from where I was to where I wanted to be, and this exercise allows us to do this. And the cool thing about this exercise is purely cultural. So let's get started. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go out and someday, without any limitations whatsoever, I want you to go out and I want you to think about what your life, the way you want it to look like. So just take a minute, breathe, and I'll kind of walk you through this. What I want you to do in that someday goal, without any limitations, don't worry about money, don't worry about any of those things. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to picture yourself in that place that is so special to you. It may be in the mountains. It may be at the beach. It may be in a vibrant city where the hustle and bustle is going on. It may be on a ranch, wide open spaces where you can see forever and ever. But what I want you to do is I really want you to picture yourself there. Now, it's the morning. You're waking up. What do you see? Do you see pictures of the mountain? Do you have that vista? Is it maybe the beach? Maybe what happens is the city and the city's just starting to wake up and going from there. Maybe it's just that beautiful wide open space that just gives you peace. Whatever it is, because it's yours without any limitations. Now what I want you to do, I want you to think of what structure, what dwelling are you in? Is it a house? Is it a condo? Is it a cabin on a lake? Is it a high rise? Where are you? You look around that space, how does it make you feel? What do you see in that space? How's that? Now, most importantly, who's in that space with you? Who's there? Your significant other there? The kids there? The kids at college? The kids grown? Mom, dad maybe living with you? Do you have to go to work? Is work there? Are you done with work? Do you have to work? Do you work for fun? Or is work just no longer a focus? Are you at a different point in your life? Because remember, this is your someday goal. This is out there. There's no limitations. Are you with me? So you're thinking about those things. How are you feeling right now when you're going through this exercise? I want you to think about, when you're thinking about, this is the real key thing, because sometimes when we set goals, what we do is we think that they're numbers and they're percentages. See, at some point when we reach our goals, we're going to hit a roadblock. And what happens, usually the people where we're going to right now, that helps us motivate right through, bust through that obstacle in hitting our goals. So what I want to do is I want to change to your significant other. What is he or she doing today? What do they get to do? Now, the kids. Where are the kids? Are the kids with you? What activities do they have? Maybe they're grown and they're starting families of their own. Maybe they have families of their own and doing those things. Now what happens? Do you have the resources to help? Do you have the resources for them to go wherever they want? Because remember, this money's not the object here. It's the life. Because we say businesses worth owning, careers worth having, which funds the lives worth living. So that's why we're talking about these things. It's funding it. Now, as you're thinking about all those stuff, and hopefully you're feeling really warm and you're feeling really fuzzy, and you're saying, hey, this is pretty cool. Now what I want you to do, and I just want you to hit it just a little bit, is I want you to think, how could I sabotage myself? Just hit it just really quick. Are you with me? When you're thinking about these things, what thought could maybe detract you from hitting this on there? Now, you got that down. Now, let's go right to this. What's the one thing that you could do right now in the next 10, 15 minutes that can help you, put you on the path to get where you want to be? The one thing that when you nail that one thing, that would make everything else unimportant or unnecessary. The thing that we want to do is we really want to focus, because what happens when we focus on that someday, what happens is that becomes the most powerful thing, and now all of a sudden we're not getting caught up in the obstacles, and we're focused on our people, we're focused on our lives, we're focused on our future, and we're focused on what could be rather than the limitations of what could not be. What I want you to do, we're not done yet, but I want you to make a note, and what I want you to do, you have to share this with the people that were in your story. I want you to do it tonight. I want you to share this, because what happens when you share this with the people you love, because goals for me are all about sharing it with the people I love. So now what happens, share that, because that makes you go faster. Now, we're out someday. Now what we want to do, we've got the someday here. We're out there. That's our goal. Without any limitations, we're here. Now, here's where it gets really, and this is the bridge that we talked about earlier. Now what we do is we work backwards and we say, okay, if this is what I want, this is what I really, really want for me and the people that I love, well, now what happens, we work backwards. Where do we need to be 5 years from today? In order to hit here, where do we need to work backwards and say, this is where I need to be here? So what needs to happen with your career? What needs to happen with your business? What's happening personally? What's happening with your health? What's happening with all of those things, that what happens that you're ready 5 years from now, so because you're getting ready 5 years from now to move into the someday. That is so cool. That's what the energy, you're saying, hey, I'm hitting this here, woohoo, we're moving forward. Now, we write those goals. Take that someday and sit there and say, and this is where it really hit me, is I sit there and say, in order for me to have that life, where do I need to be 5 years from now? Just let that sit in. Here's where it gets really, really fun. May feel like, whoa, on that. That's all right. That means you're doing the exercise perfectly. Great job. Don't get intimidated right now. If you're like, whoa, you're doing it perfectly. Now that we've got this someday goal, and we've worked back, we said this is where we need to be 5 years from now. Now what we want to do is we say, hey, where do we want to be 1 year from today? And what goals do we need to do between now and then that will put us on the track, that will be where we need to be 5 years from now? That what happens 5 years from now will put us on track to be in the someday goals. Because what happens, that's where we're all set up. Now, as you can see here, we've got our 1 year, which now what happens, it's going to fold right into our 1 month, and that's going to fold into our one week. And so we've got a tool for that, the 411. And what happens, the 411 is not a control tool. The 411 is actually a tool that allows us the pathway, the vehicle that allows us to hit our someday goal. Folks, as you're getting ready to create the life that you've always wanted to live, I want you to have an amazing journey with setting your goals. But the thing I want you to do more than anything with the numbers or the percentages, the thing that I want you to do that will be a true success is you share your someday goal tonight with the people you love. Because when you share this someday goal with the people that they love, they will help you reach that goal. They will be your fuel, because ladies and gentlemen, it's not what we do, it's who we do it for. Folks, I wish you the absolute very best on your journey with your CGI as you move forward and setting these goals. And I wish you the very, very best. And I want all of you to be able to have that someday goal. Thank you very much.